the mission possible. Now, this video is going to be on vfat.io. This is just one of the many protocols or aggregators out there that you can use to find positions that you want to put a deposit in and create or increase your daily passive income. Let's engage. Now, of course, this is what it's all about, the DPI, the daily passive income. We are either here to create or increase daily passive income. And you see down here in the bottom right, we're legends, growth mindset. We never stop learning. Of course, our goal is to create or increase. You can increase it based on your goal. $10 a week, I want to increase it by $20 a week, $20 a day. That is on you. And a lot of it comes down to selecting the right range to reduce the rebalancing. We'll talk about that when we go out to VFAT and claim what you need. You can compound the position. You can do the yield on yield. Take say you're making $20 a day in VFAT, and you only need $10 a day of it. You can take that other $10 and send it to another protocol or into another position to increase it again and multiply your dividends or income that you're creating. And of course, we want to maintain control over the assets. When we're in some of these, in any of these positions, using whether it's VFAT or Crystal, we are in 100% control of how much we put in, when we get in, and when we come out. As compared to different, other protocols, you put your funds in there and it's locked up and they just trickle out a little bit every day. So the goal, of course, is to maintain control. And as always, GIFI, get in where you fit in, and KRS when knowledge reigns supreme over nearly everyone. And like I said, we're going to go over these different protocols. We went over Crystal. This one is on VFAT. We have one coming up on Stable Swap. There's so many different protocols out there to use. Now, some people choose to use all the different protocols, especially when it comes to different blockchains, or tokens that you're trying to accumulate or that you want to invest in. So that's going to really drive which protocols you can use. So what we're going to do is go out here. We're on our mission to increase our daily passive income. So let's go out to VFAT. In this video, we're going to go over vfat.io. We are still searching for some positions. So you know how I do. We're going to go through the documents briefly. It is your responsibility, as always, to go through them from the first page to the last page. Let's engage. All right, so here we are at the VFAT. The docs, I will ensure that the link is in the description, so please go through. So of course you have your portfolio, and it just goes through how the portfolio looks. Then the sickle, the sickle is a smart contract wallet deployed for each vfat.io user on each chain in order to manage their yield farming positions, and similar to the DSP proxy or the DS proxy. It is displayed by the sickle factory the first time user opens a position on a chain. So like I said, you're going to go through that. It's going to break down how the wallet is. Then, of course, you have the yield. Now, the yield is where we're looking for some certain positions that we want to get into on different blockchains. Now, the big thing here is when it comes to the automations. As you can see, it's not even really that much documentation. Okay, then they're talking about, we'll go through that when we get to the website, but I'll have the link there. So the big thing is the automations. So those legends out there that don't have the time to sit there and actively manage or want it with the ease of having automations, this is important to cover. Okay, so your automatic compound. Now, the thing with the automatic compound, as well as the automatic harvest and automatic rebalance, you have to have a certain amount of funds in that particular position. So here, like it says here, auto compound automatically compounds your position for you at an optimal frequency. You're going to have to determine that. Please understand, there is a 1.8% auto compound fee on rewards. So that's on you. If you want to do the auto compound, or you can come in there and compound it yourself. But there is a 1.8% auto compound fee on rewards, part of which is used to pay for gas costs. No other further user input is needed. The settings can be enabled in two different spots. You can do it in the general settings, and then you can do it in the compound tab of the active position that you're in. And that's it for the auto compound. Next up is the auto harvest. Now with the auto harvest, It automatically harvests your position once per day with a minimum earnings currently set to equivalent of $50. So if you're only making $25 a day, it's going to take 2 days before you automatic harvest. Please understand. So if you're only doing $10 a day, it's going to take 5 days, then it'll auto harvest. Now, there is a 1.2% auto harvest fee on rewards, part of which is used for gas. And you can do it in the same 2 locations. You can do it up in the general settings. I'll show you the general settings. Let me make a note for the general settings, as well as inside the position tab. Then, of course, the auto rebalance. This is probably the biggest factor or the biggest benefit to using VFAT, because if you go out of position on either end of your range, it'll auto rebalance for you. Now, when a concentrated liquidity position is out of range, it needs rebalancing. This is done by withdrawing the single token in the position, swapping an appropriate amount for the other token, and then creating a new concentrated liquidity position in range. Now, the auto rebalance does this by monitoring all out of range positions in a loop. When one is found, they retrieve the quotes for the swaps and also supported aggregators, then simulate the transaction using the best one. If it results in less dust or leftover tokens and the price impacts that the user has specified, then rebalance takes place. Otherwise, the attempt is repeated in the next loop. So that's what it does. But please understand right here, auto rebalance does not take place if the protocol fee would be less than the gas cost. So depending on the chain, could mean the position needs to be larger than $1,000 for layer 2s or $10,000 on ETH. So please understand that. So if you have auto rebalance on and you only got $500 in that position, it's not going to auto rebalance for you. It is what it is. And then, like it says here, the new position will use the same width as the previous one. So if you auto rebalance and your range was 10, it's going to rebalance with the next 10. Like I said here, the new position will be the same as the width of the previous one, but centered upon the new price. For example, a 1%, a negative 1% plus, and a 2% position or 100 ticks, it will remain in the same position after rebalancing. And then they go into the configuration, the rewards, the slippage, and all that. So like I said, you have to do this. Remember, KRS-One, knowledge reigns supreme over nearly everyone. So that's pretty much it for the documents. It's not really that much. And you can come over here on the side, in the menu in the contents, and click through there as well. So now when you're out here on VFAT, so of course they have all the different components. You have your yields. So if you click yield, now here you can find all those different positions that are available out there. You can come in here into the filter and filter down your different options that you want, or the different chains, as well as your TVL you can choose and your APRs. So you're using ETH, Optimism, Phantom, Arbitrum, Mantle, BNB, of course, Linnea, Base, of course, Mode, and Bob Mainnet. So you have those different blockchains to choose from, as well as these different protocols: Pancake Swap, Velodrome, Equalizer, Ramses, Merchant Mo, Nile, and of course Aerodome on Base. So those are you have available options to come in here, select what you want, and then you break it down. So you can come in and say, well, I want to use Aerodome on Base. And you could say you TVL of 1 million. Okay, they're doing it in thousands. Okay, so that's 10,000. And close it up, and here you go. It shows what's available. It shows all the TVLs, your APRs. Of course, you can switch it around here, switch your APRs to the top, and then it shows your APYs. So it's easy to find the positions. Then once you say, well, I want to go into dollar and USDC. So you select, you look at everything here, then you figure out how much you want to put in. Now, over here, you're going to get to choose. Now, remember, you get to zap in. You don't have to have either one of these two in order to zap in. I can zap in with my bread tokens. I have bread tokens sitting in here, some extra ones. I could actually zap into that position with bread if I chose to. I could say I want to use all my bread, hit deposit, and it'll deposit right into that position. So don't have to worry about, oh, well, I need to get dollar tokens. Oh, well, I need to have USDC in there. No, you don't. It doesn't work like that. So that's it in the positions. So let's go to one of my positions now. I thought I was done with my testing phase, and then yesterday I went in there to, do my daily check, and two of my positions were out of was out of balance. So as soon as I went in there to try to rebalance it, I think I refreshed the page or something, and it went back in. It went back blue, because what happened is it'll turn red, and then over here it'll be a little indicator just notifying you that you're out of balance. And it went back in balance. Matter of fact, it was these two right here, my USDCs. They both went out of position, then they went back in on their own without me having to rebalance, which was cool because I didn't have to, use any fees or anything for doing another transaction. So now in here, when you're in a position like it was saying in the documents, we'll just take this one for example. With me not having the $1,000 in there, I can't use the auto rebalance. So if I want to increase my position, I can come in here. Like I say, I can zap in those same Brett tokens and increase my position. Of course, if it goes out of balance, I come in here, I click rebalance. I choose my width or my range, however you want to do it, or clicks, however you want to title it, and just hit rebalance and go ahead and get back into my position. Now I can withdraw all of my funds in there. I can say that I want to pull it out in ETH, and I can say I want all of it. Well, it's just calculating the route, and I can say I want to withdraw here and pull all my funds out. Or I can have some funds that I have earned, or fees and everything that I have earned, whether it's a price appreciation or in fees, and I can compound that back into the position. So say I had $10 sitting in there. Like it says right here, I have 82 cents right now in there. I can compound that back into the position. Then of course I could harvest that 82 cents. I come here, I say I want it in ETH, it says the slippage, and I can click harvest, and it will take this 82 cents and send it to my wallet. It's just that simple. It's not that hard to use. I really like VFAT. Like I say, I thought I was done with my testing phase until yesterday, until two of them went out of position. So you have to figure out what range. I know some people use 15% and up. Some people use 30% and up, because of course, the bigger the range, the longer you're going to stay in position. The goal is not to auto rebalance every day, because every time you rebalance on $1,000 position, if you at 1.8%, is that what I think they said? 1.8% to rebalance. Go back up. So on the rebalance, okay, that's the auto comp. Okay, so on the rebalance, I thought it was 1.2% to do a rebalance. So that's what I'm saying. So that's, you're talking on $1,000 position, you're talking what, $10.80 per rebalance. So you don't want to be doing that, especially multiple times a day. That is the last thing you want to be coming in here doing. So let me just make sure that is right. So if you have $1,000 position times 1.8%, $18, and you're doing that 2 times a day, rebalancing, that's going to get costly. It's going to draw you down. What am I doing? So you're talking $36 a day. So the most you're going to want to rebalance, I would say maybe once a week. But you definitely, so that's why I'm saying you're going to have to figure those things out, what your range is that you're going to be comfortable with. And like I said, the last thing you want to do is be rebalancing multiple times a day, or even once a day. At $18 a day times 5, every day you're rebalancing 7 days a week. That's $126 a week you're losing out on. Nah, that's not how we roll. You know how the legends do. All right, so I'm not going to make the video too long. I will have all the links in there for VFAT as well. Always remember KRS1. This is for informational, educational purposes only. This is never intended as any type of financial advice, because I am not a financial advisor. I'm just sharing with my legends some information to help us either create or increase our daily passive income. As always, remember KRS1. Knowledge reigns supreme over nearly everyone. Take your time, read over the documents, make sure you have a clear understanding of how it works and the fees and all that kind of good stuff. Then you come in and set. So you could start with $10 in the position, practice your range, say, oh no, the 10 goes out of range too quick, and spread the range out some more. That's totally up to you. So as always, please remember, all I ask is that you please like, share, comment, and subscribe. And to all my legends, now I hope you did do the free course from Crypto Labs, because that's going to give you even more of a basic foundation to help you create or increase your daily passive incomes. All of my legends, engage.